If you're a man over 50 and you think masturbation has nothing to do with your prostate health, think again, because what you're about to hear is something most doctors never mention and most men never question for years. You've been told that this private habit is harmless. And in your 20s, maybe it was, but once you cross 50, your body changes, your hormones change, and the way your prostate responds to stimulation changes too. That's why this video exists, to finally tell you the truth about how masturbation affects the prostate as you age and why it might be impacting your health in ways you never realized. So if you've been struggling with frequent urination, low energy, a heavy or sensitive feeling in the pelvic region, or just feeling off down there, stay with me. Because what you do in private might be affecting your prostate more than you think now. Let's be clear. This is not about shame. This is about understanding how the body works, especially after 50. As a doctor, I've seen countless men who came in with prostate symptoms. They were tired, they felt pressure, they urinated too often, they worried about BPH. And yet, none of them considered how their own habits might be contributing to the problem that's not their fault. No one talks about this, not even most urologists. But here's the truth. Your prostate is not just an organ that sits there passively. It's highly sensitive to stimulation, and when it's stimulated too often or not allowed to fully recover over time, it can become inflamed, engorged, irritated, and this can contribute to prostate symptoms that many men mistake as just normal aging, that includes urinary frequency, reduced flow pain or discomfort, and yes, even a decline in libido and energy. And one of the most common triggers behind this low-grade prostate irritation is excessive or chronic masturbation, especially in men over 50. Now, I'm not saying that masturbation is inherently bad. I'm saying that frequency, intensity, and recovery time matter a lot more than most men realize, especially once hormones like testosterone start to decline when you're young. Your body recovers quickly. The prostate tissue is more elastic, testosterone is abundant, and nerve function is sharp. But after 50, testosterone begins to drop, circulation slows, and the prostate becomes more vulnerable to stress and inflammation. So if you're masturbating frequently without giving your body a chance to reset, you could be putting your prostate under more strain than it can handle. And this, over time, can contribute to early stages of BPH, increased urinary symptoms, and a gradual loss of sensitivity or comfort. Now, I know this isn't an easy topic to hear, but I also know that real men want real answers. And if you're watching this, you deserve to know what's really happening inside your body. The good news is this. Once you understand the connection between masturbation and prostate health, you can make smart changes, you can support your body, and you can reduce the strain on your prostate without giving up who you are. In the next section, I'll show you exactly how to know if your habits might be contributing to prostate symptoms, what to look for, what to avoid, and how to create a healthier pattern that supports your testosterone, your libido, and your long-term well-being. Because if there's one thing I can promise you, it's that you're not stuck like this. And there's a lot more you can do than anyone has ever told you. So how do you know if masturbation is affecting your prostate? Here are some signs I see often in men over 50. They feel a dull aching or pressure in the pelvic region. They start to notice urinary urgency or hesitancy. They wake up more frequently during the night to urinate, and they feel a gradual drop in libido, even if nothing else has changed. If you've noticed any of these symptoms, your prostate might be struggling to recover, and yes, excessive or frequent masturbation could be playing a role. Now remember, this is not about guilt or fear. This is about awareness and adjustment. The prostate is a gland, and glands respond to stimulation and stress. If you constantly trigger that gland without enough recovery over time, it starts to swell, not instantly, but gradually quietly, until one day you realize you're going to the bathroom 5 times a night, or you can't empty fully, or you just feel off down there without knowing why many men think it's just age. But the truth is, it's not just age, it's accumulated stress on the gland. I've seen men who cut back even slightly, and within a few weeks, they sleep better, their urination improves, and their energy returns. Now, let me be clear, I'm not telling you to stop being a man. I'm telling you to listen to your body because it's talking to you louder than you think. If you've been struggling with low libido or discomfort, or you've been relying on masturbation to deal with stress or insomnia, it might be time to take a step back and reassess your pattern. Sometimes it's not what we do, but how often we do it, and how well our body can handle it, and if your prostate is already under pressure. If you've been diagnosed with BPH, or if you're experiencing frequent urination, irritation, or feeling of incomplete emptying, then yes, this habit could be making it worse. The connection between masturbation and prostate health isn't just a guess, it's supported by our understanding of physiology. When the prostate is repeatedly engorged and contracted without sufficient time to return to baseline, it can promote chronic irritation, slow inflammation, and in some cases, progressive enlargement, and when combined with low testosterone, which is common in men over 50, the body loses its ability to counteract that inflammation, resulting in a cycle that just keeps getting worse. But again, the good news is once you know this, you can make small changes that have a big impact. Even reducing frequency by 40 or 50%, or taking longer breaks between sessions, can give your prostate the recovery time it needs. And this is where it gets even more interesting when men start to give their prostate a break. They often report higher energy, stronger libido, and even a greater sense of focus and confidence, because when your prostate isn't under constant pressure, it functions better, it regulates hormones more effectively, and your body responds with clarity and vitality. In the next section, I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do if you think this habit may be affecting your prostate. I'll show you a simple framework to reset your pattern, support your gland, and improve urinary and hormonal function without giving up who you are. Remember, this is not about shame, this is about strategy. And I promise you, if you start listening to what your body is trying to tell you, it will start working with you again. Let's talk about what to do if you think this habit might be affecting your prostate. The first step isn't to stop completely, it's to become aware of your current pattern. Ask yourself, how often am I masturbating? How do I feel afterwards? Do I notice more pelvic pressure, more urinary urgency, or a lack of energy on certain days? If the answer is yes, that's your body giving you feedback. Remember, the goal here isn't to judge, it's to adjust. So here's a simple reset framework that many men over 50 have found helpful. First, reduce frequency if you're masturbating daily. Start with every other day. If you're at 3 to 4 times a week, try cutting that in half. You're not trying to eliminate the habit, you're giving your prostate recovery time. Second, prioritize timing. Avoid late-night stimulation that can interrupt your sleep. Remember, poor sleep means lower testosterone, and lower testosterone means slower recovery and higher inflammation. Third, focus on prostate supportive habits. Add more hydration, cut down on processed foods, move daily, strengthen your pelvic floor through light. Exercise. These simple changes can make a huge difference in how your prostate feels and how it functions now. Let's address another myth. Some men believe that frequent masturbation clears out the prostate and helps prevent problems. But that's an oversimplification. While occasional ejaculation may have short-term benefits, chronic high-frequency stimulation. In older men can have the opposite effect. It keeps the prostate engorged, doesn't allow it to return to baseline, and can lead to low-grade congestion or inflammation. If you're dealing with BPH or frequent urination, giving your prostate rest days can be one of the most effective ways to calm those symptoms. I've seen men who went from waking up 4 times a night to just once sometimes, none just by adjusting their pattern. And what's even more interesting is that when you reduce stimulation, your body often responds with stronger libido. On rest days, your testosterone may stabilize and you may start to feel more in control. There's a deeper confidence that comes when you realize you're working with your body, not against it, and that's what makes this approach different from everything else out there. It's not about suppression, it's about regulation. It's about giving your prostate a chance to reset, to heal, to function as it was designed to. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to stop completely. You just have to listen, because once you give your body space, it starts to rebalance. And that's when the changes begin to show more control, less discomfort, better sleep, and an overall improvement in men's health that you can feel in every part of your life. In the next section, I'll walk you through the closing thoughts, what to remember, what to do next, and why this one shift could make a bigger difference than any pill or supplement ever could. So here's what I want you to take away from this video. Your body is not broken, your prostate is not the enemy, and your habits are not something to be ashamed of, but they do matter, especially after 50. If you've been struggling with frequent urination, pelvic pressure, low libido, or just that feeling that something isn't right, it might not be your age. It might be that your prostate has been asking for a break and nobody taught you how to listen. The connection between masturbation and prostate health is real, not dangerous, not shameful, but real. And the way you respond to that matters. Sometimes the most powerful treatment isn't a procedure or a product, it's a decision. A decision to respect your body's limits, to understand the physiology behind what you're feeling, and to support the systems that keep you functioning as a man. You don't have to quit who you are, but you do have to become strategic, intentional, and informed when you do that. You feel stronger, you sleep better, you think clearer, and your prostate thanks you in ways you can feel every day. So if this video helped you understand your body a little better, if it brought you clarity, if it made you feel less alone, let me know in the comments. Share your experience, ask your questions, because there are other men just like you looking for the same answers. And if you want to keep learning how to take back control of your health as a man over 50, make sure to subscribe right now. Hit that like button to help this video reach others who need it, and join the conversation below. You deserve answers, you deserve solutions, and most of all, you deserve to feel like yourself again. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.